So obviously there were some people who were a little bit disappointed that the last episode was named the finale, and that is certainly understandable. It is tough, and it's something I've struggled with, which is why I normally go the full 25 years in terms of finding the right time to end a series, because there always seems like, well, when there's time, there's an opportunity for success. I guess really that's just kind of a general statement. I was going to say deep 24 here. Let's not, though. It's tough. It is tough because obviously, in a way, I still want to see if this team has what it takes. But like I said in the prior episode, I can't help but feel like Bengoa, Tanell, Rogalski, at least Bengoa and Tanell, they're going to regress. Packard and Nesbitt will replace them. They'll fall down to where Nesbitt and Packard are now. And we just kind of have more of the same because this defense just doesn't gel well together at all. I mean, I can't help but feel like we're not going to find any more success. We got as close as we did, and that was that. I will say, too, I have the list of people who are nominated for Hall of Fame spots, most of which you would expect. Of course, Joshua Oshie was up there, and it's funny because, I saw Joseph Hainsey's name popped up quite a bit. And I went and checked. And just for the record, in defense of Joshua Oshie and my decision to go with him, in the past 8 years since Hainsey has become a starter in Washington, Oshie has a .930 save percentage, Hainsey has a .927. Just saying, I think we made the right choice. Where it went wrong, I would say more than likely, and I do agree with this, and I agreed with it before, was the decision to trade for Jake Bengoa for the memes. That didn't exactly work out for us. And then, of course, in the prior episodes to this one, we started making some trades, which has resulted, of course, in us having some half-decent players. It sucks. It does. It sucks. Because I wanted this series to work out. I want all of my series to work out. I don't jump into a series thinking, boy, I hope we fail time and time again. Even in the Montreal series, I didn't think that. But that's what happens. What I do want to do here is I want to sim forward. I want to see if we lose Stephen Bishop. I want to see if we lose Trent Bengoa, because that would be a real sign that it's over for sure. I mean, any doubt in my mind, because of course, there are some people who just want to see the full 25 years, even if not much happens. And that I can respect. And trust me, the temptation is there for me to make that a reality. And I like I said, I wouldn't have waved the white flag entirely in the last episode if I didn't believe that there was at least somewhat of an opportunity for us to pull this off. I actually am going to look at awards in a second, because I think there might be an outside chance as we end up with the 8th pick in the draft. Another top 10 pick, huh? You know what? For shits and giggles, let's maybe see if we would have ended up with anybody, huh? Retired players. Wow. Logan Volk calls it a career at 34. 207 career points and 902 games. Aside from that, we lose pretty much all the guys that we signed just to take up roster spots in the AHL. Logan Volk calls it a career before Trent Bengoa, which is pretty surprising. We don't lose any goaltenders. Logan Volk calls it a career. Someone whose name popped up in terms of Hall of Fame voting. Now, I think that's wow. Jesus, McDavid. Oh my God. Luke Clutterbuck as well. Those two made each other's careers. Jesus. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What I want to do is I want to take a look at the awards here. And we'll jump into the draft. And we'll see if we get anybody. But it is funny that Trent's sticking around. Maybe we'll look at progress reports as well. Anything award-wise, just for the hell of it? And the answer is unfortunately no, which isn't a surprise to anybody, of course. Let's take a look at the progress reports, shall we? Let's take a look. It's funny that we're listed as hopefuls. That's all we ever had in this series. Tennell's down to an 85. Nesbitt and Packard, of course, improved, which is nice. Bishop, of course, continued to regress. Volk is gone. And then down in the AHL, Matsumoto, Weinrich, Eaton, and Manny Reese, who, of course, aren't going to help out exactly, are all there as well. Let's jump into the draft. Trent Bengoa doesn't retire, but let's jump in. Let's see if there's anybody eligible. Which, you know, even if we wanted to trade up, we don't really have the pieces to do so. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. But let's take a look. So Krog isn't eligible. Skilly isn't eligible. Shen's not eligible. Shing isn't eligible. Jenkins isn't eligible. No on Gomez. Yes to Preston Grabowski. No to Fenton. No to Carpenter. And yes to Winkler. So there are actually 2 players here who are eligible, and I think preferably we'd end up with that defenseman, but even then, high 60s is what it looks like for overall. He's not going to be a game changer in time unless he has medium elite. It's pretty much the only way I see it happening. Like I said, I can't imagine any of these teams want to make trades for their picks. And wow, never mind. Carolina actually wants to move. I think it was a weaker draft anyway. What about Ottawa? The Sens don't want to move theirs. What about the LA Kings? LA wants to trade theirs. Could I make it work? What's our draft pick situation? All right, so we have all of our picks. I don't really see how we'd possibly make this work, though, in terms of trading up, aside from the fact that they don't want to, aside from the fact that they do want to trade the pick. Like, if I were to just add a bunch of unsigned garbage to the trade, would that work? Well, I guess we'll do that. And screw it. Let's see how good that defenseman is, I guess. Yeah, you could... Oof, yeah, it's a bad draft outside of Skilly. That's a bad draft in terms of high-end talent. We'll take this defenseman in Winkler. Good old Matt Winkler. Again, not expecting much, but we'll take him over Preston Grabowski. And see how good he is. Medium top 4, a 64. There's no way he develops in time. He's a good 14 overall points before becoming useful to us really at the NHL level. A little bit less. He's 2 or 3 years away. By that point, the team would have fallen apart anyway. I don't think Trent's going to make it another couple of years. I know that McDavid, of course, made it to 41 years old. I wouldn't expect that with who we have, at least in terms of them staying useful as well. But I'll still go through this draft. Why not? One last draft for old time's sake. But like I said, normally we go the full 25 years. But I just can't see that paying off for us at this point. I just can't. And it sucks. It sucks because we have typically found success in just about every draft to glory we have ever done. But this was by far the most restrictive, of course, in terms of who was eligible to be drafted. And it's that fucking Winnipeg series, man. That's what it is. It is that Winnipeg series that will haunt this channel, I think, for a long time to come. We were so close. Those are all the players projected to be drafted that we could take. So we'll take McPherson to make sure we end up with someone potentially half decent. Good old Eugene McPherson. How good are you? Medium 7th. Not very. And of course, that's been the problem. The lack of really any high-end secondary talent beyond a few lucky picks here and there as far as recovering. We'll take LeClaire next. 19-year-old from Spokane, Jamie LeClaire. Oh, talk about the lack of any decent players outside of the first round, huh? 72 overall at 19 years old, low elite, Jamie LeClaire. Oh, boy. Of course we ended up with a player like that, right? I see what you're doing, EA. You're trying to rope me back in. You are trying to rope me back into this. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I don't appreciate it. I'm a man of my word sometimes. Sometimes, at least. Just double checking some of those higher level ones. What's Lupo gonna be? My guess is probably like a low bottom 6 as an enforcer. Medium bottom 6. He's a 49. He is a 49 overall. What a gem. What a gem. Do we have anybody else projected? Or is he the final one? He was the final one. Do we have anybody off of potential? I highly doubt it. As far as looking to be undrafted. Ness? Nope. That would have been nice. Would have been nice. What about Ranford? Ranford works. Decent defensive awareness, too, for Chris Ranford. 20 years old. So I'm the type of guy we'd look to draft. Low top 4 and a 65. Medium top 4 would have been an incredible steal. This has been by far our best draft in nearly a decade. Just in terms of, you know, actually having some half-decent players outside of the first round. It's been so bad for us for so long. So it's kind of shocking to see us end up with even, you know, anybody listed half-decent. Glenn Russo is there. Might as well take him at the exact 7th. There you go, medium 7th, 67, or 61 overall. I wish he was a 67. Go figure that this draft has us looking half decent, right? And by half decent, I mean not very decent, but, you know, better than it would normally be. Are either of these two eligible? Oh my Christ. Are you kidding me? I might take Francis Bennett just for the memes, because holy shit. What about Ashton? I don't think anyone's going to mind at this point. I'm going to take Francis Bennett for the memes right now, because oh my god. Francis Bennett, come on down. Yeah, I think that might be the steal of NHL 18. You're looking at the round and the pick, right? Low elite. 82 overall in the 7th round, projected to be undrafted. And he's not eligible to play because he wasn't from one of the proper teams. And I know what people are going to be saying now. Well, you broke other rules, break this one, let him be the one exception. Then it's not even a draft of glory. It's not a draft of glory anymore. It's just a random draft. That is unreal. Pick number 200, Francis Bennett. Huh. I mean, we've broken other rules already about trading. We just broke the rule about drafting for the memes. What other rules do we break? It's like at this point, what do we do? What do we do? Trent's down to an 83. In my opinion, still might be for the best to end this. You know? But what do we do? Do we just go forward with the team that we have? Do we just say fuck all the rules and do what I can to win Trent a cup before he retires? I don't know what to do anymore. All I know is that this pick right here is fucking hilarious. I don't know what to do anymore.